where they can't. Which one does she see it on? Are you podcast or Carolina? Or are you video?
I have a Facebook Live going with my
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay, awesome. So
Recording too.
now, do you see it now? Ooh, there you go. Okay, beautiful. All right, and I want to be sure they're not banging like though. Okay, awesome, man. You're the best, dude. All right, my friend. I have been waiting
Me
to
too.
do this with you. Okay, I am so excited to be spending time with you.
Thank you. I am.
So thank you for thinking enough of me to do this. I really appreciate you. I always get inspired by your Snapchats to me.
Thank you. They come from the heart.
I know, I can feel it.
Awesome. All right, ready when you are.
John, real quick. Robert, I just want to see this. I mean, I wonder if we got too wide over here. Maybe not. Maybe that's good, huh? That's good.
We have you cropped also, like we have you doing split screen.
You cropping me down?
Like you guys are side by side.
It did? Oh, awesome. And then, guys, we got to find something in each one that's a little unique for the title, because the title's kind of like, they're kind of lame, you know. Ah, la, 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 chang, chang. Ooh, la, la. All right, buddy, I'm ready when you're ready.
All right, awesome. So, I have some people already watching. I have my iPad here broadcasting live, so hopefully everybody can hear. But I wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this. When I saw it on my calendar again this morning, I was like, oh, I cannot wait to talk to Carolina. I love you. You're awesome. And you deserve to have great, unbelievable things happen for you.
Thank you so much. So I asked people to send me some questions. I mean, obviously, first I don't think I even need to introduce you, but I'm very excited today to have Grant Cardone with me on my little show. And I just want to give people some background. I met Grant in February 2016. It was one of those things that just happened. I happened to be in Miami with two friends who already knew Grant, and they were going to his office, and I said, can I come? And so I was there in the studio, we did some videos, he signed some books for me, and then the next day I read the 10X rule in one day, and I think it took me about 14 hours, and just read the whole book. I couldn't drop it, I couldn't leave it, so I read it in one day, and since then I've been implementing that rule into my life, and I do have some questions for you about that because it's not always easy. And so we've been building a relationship on Snapchat, and been very inspired by everything that you post, and so I'm very happy that you gave me your attention.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
All right, so let's start with some questions. I have a question from a big fan of you. Her name is Jane Scotty, and she listens to you, the 10X rule, in her car every day. And she has a family, obviously, kids and a husband. So she's asking me, how can you balance the 10X life business philosophy with a family without making them feel maybe neglected, without making your husband feel that you're taking too many risks? How do you find that balance?
Yeah, so this is an interesting, this question I get asked constantly. Like, people ask me, and there's so many different variations of the questions. How much sleep do you get? Do you ever spend time with the kids? But you guys see me spending time with my kids. Like, if you're following me on any of the streams from Snapchat to YouTube, you see my kids incorporated into my life. And you see me maybe doing something at the kids' school, you know, or going to an event or going to a party. And then you also see me going out to dinner with my wife, or my dinner with a wife and some new friends. You also see me doing a real estate deal. And at the same time, I'm doing 2 real estate deals this week. I'm closing on 2 deals, which are very complicated. Tremendous amounts of paperwork, lots of legal stuff, lots of crazy calls from over-concerned lawyers and accountants. And And at the same time, I'm dropping a book and I'm promoting that book. So see, like, you guys are looking for balance and I'm not. And I think you're looking for something that doesn't exist. I think the reason why for so long people have been, hey, where's the balance? How do I find the balance? I can't find the balance. Yeah, because it doesn't exist. Like, you're looking for something that's not even real. And so I'm not looking for balance. I'm looking to get everything ramped up so hot. Now the difficulty with that, or the solution to that, is a man told me once, he's like, Grant, a situation, no time for family, or the family feeling like you're neglecting them, or you didn't get to the client, or you showed up late for work. Those are situations. Situations are departures from ideal scenes. And this guy told me this definition. I said, what was that again? Dude, when it hit me, Carolina, it was like, whoa. I said, what'd you say again? A situation is a departure from an ideal scene. And I got it immediately. Immediately, it just hit me like so hard. I'm like, focus on the ideal scene, not the departure. So she's focused. Her question is focused right now on the departure. I'm not spending enough. I'm making this up. I'm not spending enough time with my kids. Is the departure. Now she knows in her mind that she's trying to get to a client, trying to write this deal, trying to get a proposal out, trying to get the dishes washed in the morning, get the kids to school, take care of her mom, like, pay the checks, pay the bills this month, listen to Grant Cardone podcast, whatever, right? What is the departure, or what is the ideal scene? Where do you want to put your attention? So the 10X rule is really about put your attention on the ideal scene. And because this question has been asked so much since the 10X rule, this book, Be Obsessed or Be Average, really is where that book left off. It is, look, man, the way to handle this, and this is an unbelievable question she's got. The way to handle this is to become obsessed with the ideal scene. And the ideal scene is not to have balance. It is to have every part of your life like a fusion bomb going off, right? And that you have that you would incorporate all of it, that the kids, the family, the parents, the cousins, the picnics, the dinners, the business, all of it will be incorporated into one life, right? Rather than having 12 compartments or 15 or 20 compartments and spinning plates. See, I want to just get my freaking life like going so fast that it vortexes all the parts of it and sucks all of my life. All of those parts of my life get sucked up into it. And then I have an ideal scene rather than a situation. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to do.
That's a brilliant answer.
And let me just say this, because somebody, I was accused online by a guy that's extremely, extremely popular. And he's like, some people, there's a guy that's got his wife and his kids in a lot of his videos. And he was basically criticizing me for that, or trying to condemn me for that, or, I don't do that, he said. And I heard it. I knew he was talking about me. I'm like, dude, I'm doing my life, bro. I don't do a job. I don't write a book. Okay. I don't do a speaking gig. I don't buy real estate. Those are not things I do. I'm doing my life. Number one, ideal senior, I'm living my life. All this I'm doing is I'm experiencing my life right now. So when I write a book, I'm expressing my life. I'm trying to figure out how to be obsessed, because I don't want to be average. And I suffer with it every day. Every morning I wake up with the temptation to sleep in, to not, like, I got enough money. I don't need to do any of this stuff. I could literally, every morning I could get seduced by money today. I could be like, I don't want to do it anymore. And so I fight every day against this voice inside of me that says, dude, you've done enough, man. Lay it down, bro. But you know what? That's not my life. And that's not an ideal scene. An ideal scene is not retirement. An ideal scene is to expand into life. That's what life does.
Amazing. Yeah. I had read a book about the balanced life, and I think I dropped it after a few pages because it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's boring.
Yeah. It sounds good. Hey, it sounds good.
It sounds good.
It all sounds good. I mean, a 4-hour work week sounds good.
Oh yeah. It's not.
It sounds good that the politicians would take care of me. But if I look over history from Rome to most recently Venezuela, dude, all I know is that the politicians are not going to take care of me. All they're going to do is ruin things. It doesn't matter what the name of the country is. It's just a matter of time before Americans are going to look back and say, oh, wow, man, we had our moment and it's over. I mean, England owned the planet at one time. Now they can't even control an island. So this will happen in America. It happened in Brazil. Okay. It happened in Venezuela, Argentina. It'll happen in Russia. It's already happened. It happened in Iran, man. Iran used to control the planet. Persia literally ran the planet. And so these things, these are cycles where people depart from ideal scenes. An ideal scene is where everybody is prosperous. And everybody's doing good because everybody's responsible for their contribution to prosperity.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. I have another question here. Now it's a little different. It's more about sales. And it's from a good friend from Australia. His name is Luke Hawkins. And he's asking what tips you would give someone who has a fear of rejection and a fear of what other people think, but they still want to be successful.
So I mean, look, everybody's got this. All you got to do is go survey 10 people. Do you like to be rejected? Oh yeah, it's me. I love that. Okay. So, nobody likes it, man. Nobody likes it. Okay. And I would just say to you, you're thinking about yourself too much, Luke. This isn't about you, Luke. It's not always about Lukey, So, there was a little girl, her dad, her mom, and a little girl came here yesterday. She's 2.5 years old. And I'll bet you the mom said four or five times, she's shy, she's shy, she's shy. Well, so do you hear that enough times? Sooner or later, you're going to be shy. The mom shouldn't be saying that to the kid. Okay. Look, I'm 5'8". She's this tall. I look like a giant to her. Okay. Now, if LeBron comes in here, I look like a squirt. To this little girl, I look like a giant. I weigh 160 pounds more than she does. I could squash her, right? She's not shy, man. She's never met me. Okay. If I had enough time with her, she would be jumping in my arms, playing with me. So I would just tell Luke, look, man, you got to get over you, bro. You got to have so many people in your pipeline that one or two people telling you no. See, again, it's a departure from an ideal scene. You're depending on one person too much. You're depending on one or two people to like you. I don't need anybody to like me. I need to like me. Okay? I would rather like me than have the whole freaking world like me. Because if the whole world likes me and I don't like me, okay?
Yeah.
I could just start listing all these people that committed suicide. Robin Williams. Millions of people loved Robin Williams. He didn't love himself enough. Right? So, I mean, you can just go over history, see all these people, all these actors that feel good about, they go out and win the big fight. Everybody calls them champion. You're the champ, man. You're the champ, man. And they spend the rest of their life destroying themselves. Why? Because they didn't love them. Again, you can't win in the ring and have that as your only thing. You need to win in a lot of places in life. People are not meant to do one thing. Nobody has one purpose. There is no one purpose a person has. A person has many, many purposes. And if you don't get all of them rocking, like if I don't get all 12 cylinders in that car working and it only running on one or two, that car, no matter how much horsepower that car has, okay, if all 12 don't work, that car will spit and sputter and be problematic. Same thing for an individual. If you got 100 cylinders, if you're a spiritual being, if you think you're a spiritual being, spiritual, not body, not a physical being, then you will always be disappointed if you're not operating on all these mechanisms. And you can't do that if you're just thinking about yourself. Most people are just thinking about their body. They look at themselves. How do I look? Consumed with how they look. Is my hair perfect? Is my makeup perfect? Is my weight perfect? No, none of it's perfect. Okay. So I don't want to limit myself to a structure, right? I want to say, hey, how do I get 7 billion people to know my name? Half of them are going to like me. Half of them are going to hate me. It doesn't matter, dude. I could literally flip whatever I said to get half to like me and half to hate me. I could just change what I said, and now one half will hate me and another half will love me. So get over it, bro. Your job is not to please people. This is not a popularity contest. Okay. If you want to be in sales and you want to be successful in sales, you need a monster pipeline first. You need a monster pipeline. But before you get that monster pipeline, you have to become obsessed with being successful. Otherwise, you're just going to be another average salesperson, which this planet already has too many of.
Absolutely. Well, just to clarify, I think his question was more not for himself. I mean, I know him. He doesn't have that problem, but many of his clients have that problem. So that answer is spot on. I have another question. This is more about you. What are your three, your core beliefs about yourself that have allowed you to be successful?
Number one, I've always been on a spiritual journey my whole life. Ever since I was a little kid, I remember being in church. I was brought up Catholic, and I'm sitting in church, and I'm looking around. I'm like, man, what's really going on, you know? And somebody said, well, you can't know that until you die. You know, only God knows that. And that started my interest, you know, that started my interest in, who am I? What am I? Why am I here? Am I mortal or immortal? Am I a body or am I a spirit? So a lot of people don't know that about me because I'm talking about money all the time and I'm promoting and marketing and sales. And they're like, well, a sales guy can't be a spiritual guy. But actually the first thing that really runs my whole purpose in life is I'm extremely spiritual. Maybe not in the way a lot of people see it, but I know it. It doesn't matter what other people think, right? I know what I know. And so number one, you know, I've had an extreme interest in me as a spiritual being, not in the material universe. Number two is I'm also interested in the material universe. Mm-hmm. Extremely interested in a material, I don't understand why anybody could make sense of being poor. Right? I don't think the God I understand would never want me to be without anything. And if man can fly, okay, I see other people in their own planes. I'm like, dude, if other people can do that, I just need to find that part of me that is locked up to figure out, how do I buy time? You know, how do I, if I'm going to complain about getting on an American Airlines flight, first I complain about the price of the plane, of the ticket. Then I complained about my seat. And then I complained about the food on the plane. And then I complained about the service. And then I complained about the lines I had to wait on. And then I complained because the security took long to get through. And then I complained because the plane didn't get there on time or didn't leave on time. And then I complained, right? Like, dude, hey man, then a departure from an ideal scene. Why don't you buy your own damn plane, bro? Okay. I hated flying commercial. I got 9 reasons not to do it. Then you know what? Quit complaining. Make enough money, earn enough money, get enough people to throw you money so you can go buy your own aircraft. Right? Yeah. And now I'm like, man, sure cost a lot of money to fly this plane. But now I'm down to 1 complaint. So I, number one, spiritual. Number two, I want to control the material universe. I want to control my physical surroundings, money, time, space, where I live, where I go. And the third thing is, I'm interested in continued growth. Okay. Because I won't know tomorrow what I'm capable of until I complete today. Today's like walking up a set of stairs, right? I mean, it changes the view. Yeah. So if I get 30 feet done today and I'm 30 feet higher and I look, oh, wow, so I don't know what I don't know yet. Tomorrow I'm going to know, oh man, I could see Americans don't travel overseas much, but when they do, they're like, wow, we're all like, oh, wow. I didn't know they were doing this over there. I didn't know people actually had ice cream in Italy. Or they read books there or whatever, we're a little kind of consumed in our own little block, so I don't know what I don't know. So those are the 3 things: spiritual, material, and continued self-discovery and self-improvement.
Awesome. A few people asked me also, when you recruit new salespeople, like how do you, first of all, how do you recruit them? Like, how do you find the best salespeople, the closers actually, and how do you, what do you tell them? How do you train them to make them the best?
Well, first of all, I mean, I don't think anybody's got a solution on the training thing or the hiring thing. We know that when we hire somebody, there's a real good chance they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
The first thing we got to do is hire people and be willing to hire people. I don't care if we lose people. I don't even think about it. Like, oh God, we lost little Bobby. Dude, I'm not going to think about Bobby in 30 days. I'm not going to even remember Bobby. I've had people say, I used to work for you. No, I don't even remember you, bro. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, because if I remember you, you'd still be working here.
Yeah.
So number one, I don't worry about hiring people and lose them. I know a lot of people out there, network marketers. Maybe you're hiring. Maybe you're spending money on. Look, you got to be willing to fail. Okay, you're gonna. It's no big deal, man. I hear people in network marketing say, "I bring people into my group, and they leave." Good, bro. Everybody knew that when you started into this deal. Welcome to planet Earth. Okay. Hey, there's a lot of average people on this planet. So you got to keep going through people until you find the ones that are like, wow, man, I want to roll. So I'm not trying to turn somebody into a closer when I hire them. Okay. I'm trying to find somebody that will do whatever it takes. They're going to tell me they'll do whatever it takes. And then we're going to find out if they'll do whatever it takes, because anybody can say it. So number two is when somebody starts here, that they need to train on my material. Okay. It's very much a culture here. I don't train people personally. We put them on our program, Cardone University, and they need to eat, drink, and intravenously immerse themselves in the content, because the content's there. It's everything to do from greeting a customer to closing the deal to negotiating to follow up to attitude. Everything's in there. There's 1,600 segments of content. You can't get through it all. I had a guy tell me the other day, I've watched them all. I'm like, bro, you ain't watched anything.
No.
Okay.
It's a whole lot.
Okay. It's like you watched 18 rounds of golf the other day. Doesn't make you a golfer. Okay. You got to go back through that content over and over and over again until you know what I'm going to say before I say it. You can literally, in 1,600 videos, I'm going to sigh right before I say blah, blah. So until you know it like that, you don't know the material. And then what we do is we chart people. We chart their progress every hour, every day, every week. I pay attention to people that produce. I don't pay attention to people that don't.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a cruel world. We admit it here. I need one of those signs. It's a cruel world, and we admit it.
Love it.
Okay, and it's a cruel world here, dude. If you're not producing, I literally don't even pay attention to you. I pay attention to people that produce. I admire people that produce. I penalize people that don't. I reward people that produce. We have very high targets, and we never make an excuse. No, there are no excuses in this. Like, nobody makes excuses here. They didn't do it, period. So, hey, how'd you do with your target? Dude, I didn't hit it. It's never the economy. Really, why? Me.
Yeah.
I didn't hit it. It's never the economy. It's never the customer. It's never the competition. It's never our price. It's me.
Awesome. Tell me a little more about your new book. I mean, I'm excited to, I pre-ordered it, and I think you already sent me the recording of yourself reading it. But
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the process, how you got inspired to write it, and what can people expect when they get it.
Well, be obsessed or be average really is where the 10X rule took off. Okay, nobody can finish a book. Okay, I've never heard an author say this, but the reality is you can't finish a book. You can hit the deadline and put it in a binder, but when you're done with the book, like this morning I was driving to work and I'm like, man, I forgot to do this and this. So like this book is cooking in me right now, right? It's like taking food out of the oven, and you put it down. It was perfect when you took it out of the oven, right? And then you leave it out on the table, and by the time you get to it, it's overcooked. Why? Because it continued to cook. And everybody's like, man, it was perfect. It was so moist when I took it out. And now everybody's like, man, it's terrible, right? So the book continues to cook. So what we did, the 10X rule, be obsessed or be average, really takes the 10X rule, which has become an international bestseller. It's taken the 10X rule and it's really taken it and put it on steroids. Like, what was I really talking about? Okay. It wasn't just 10 times, man. It's total immersion. Now, the problem with it and what came out of the 10X rule where people were like, how do you find it? How do you keep it? And how do you surround yourself with other obsessed people? Every interview I get, hey man, how do you create the culture you have? How do you have people around you that are like you? How do you keep those people? So this book really starts diving into, one, it's my life story. It's what I've been doing my whole life. It's what I thought was broken in me and why it took me so long to get this. And what a lot of people don't know is I haven't always owned a jet. I haven't always, had money. I haven't always had 5 businesses, and I haven't always been a bestseller. So this is the progress of Grant's life and how I used obsession, my obsessions, both the dark and the light, to drop into my full potential and continue to explode that over a 30-year career. So what we did, the reason you have the video, okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, obsession. When you drop into total obsession, you will always come up with a solution. And what I mean by that is this, okay? Like when you do a book with a publisher like Penguin Random, huge publishing company, they've been around a couple of 100 years. They do I don't know, maybe 400 or 500 books a year. So everything has to be coordinated today with Audible, e-readers, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, book clubs, stores, etc., right? So because the book now, last week it hit #1 new release on Amazon, but nobody read the book yet. And so I'm like, dude, how does the book hit #1? People are calling me, how do you hit #1 and nobody even has the book, man? See, a lot of guys can be #1 the week of the book. We hit #1 3 weeks before the book was even read. Well, those kind of solutions, creativity, come from being completely obsessed. Like, I'm going to make this book a New York Times bestseller. I don't care what I have to do. So the book, really, what we're doing with the book right now is like, it's an example to people what you have to do today to make anything work. So when you see me market something or promo something, you guys that are watching me online every day, don't watch what I'm promoting. Watch how I'm doing it and take from it. So I'm not allowed by the contractual agreements in the book to release any audio. But the publishing deal does not keep me from dropping video. So what we did yesterday, actually 2 days ago, was because I kept saying, hey, I need this many sales every day to get this thing to work. What do we got to do? Our price is right. The product's right. We're everywhere with the book. What do we got to do? Because we're not getting it. I said, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to release the book right now. What's hanging us up? Well, what's hanging us up is October the 10th isn't here yet. Now, this goes back, Carolina, to what I was saying about I want to control the physical universe. I want to control time. Time is part of the physical universe. Okay. It's September 29th. What's today?
30th.
September 30th. Okay. October 10th is 10 days away. How do I bring October the 10th to me today? Because I know I'm going to have a lot of sales that day. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to do a release for anybody that buys the book from me. I'm going to give you a video program of me reading the book to you. Now, what does that solve? It solves all my Spanish friends that can't read English. Bam. All of a sudden I start getting Spanish orders because they don't mind listening to me.
Yeah.
They can understand me when I deliver it in video, but they can't read the book. So we solve so many problems. Some people don't like to buy books anymore. They want an e-reader. Some people want to hear it. So we basically said, okay, I'm going to create video. I'm going to read the book to the non-readers, the can't readers, the other readers, the other languages. I'll read it to them like I'm their uncle. And And not only will I read the book, by the way, this took 6 days for me to record in a studio. Because when I start doing, as you know, if you've ever listened to any of my material, when I start reading 3 or 4 lines, then I just start spitting off. So anyway, if you go to grantcardone.com/obsessed and order one book, I'm going to give you 10.5-hour video program. It's a $500 program. I give it for every single order that somebody makes at my store. And then on October the 13th, 3 days after the book comes out, I'm going to do a mastermind. I know you're part of our mastermind already.
Yeah.
And for anybody that buys 5 books, I'm going to give them one of our new t-shirts, Be Obsessed or Be Average. And if that's not enough, when people write a review, if they send me a receipt where they bought the book and the review, good or bad, I'm going to give you whatever you spent. That's why you need to send me the receipt. Whatever you spent on the book, I'm going to give you a credit at my store for the full amount against any one of our other digital products.
That's a great
So the point of that whole story is, look, you got to keep until you figure out the solution. If you're not finding solutions, it's because you're not obsessed. Because when you become obsessed, you will find the solution.
How do you find that obsession within you if you don't feel it?
Yeah, look, you got to like be obsessed or be average. Just make that your choice in the morning.
Right.
So this morning I don't feel it, right? I have this around me everywhere. I got 10X cufflinks.
I saw them. Yeah.
I got little reminders. There's reminders everywhere around me. Dude, who do you want to be today, bro? Okay. If you cheated in school with a cheat sheet, did you ever use a little cheat sheet, Carolina?
Yeah, I'll admit it. I did.
I did. Okay. Dude, if you'll use a cheat sheet in school when it don't matter, why wouldn't you use cheat sheets in life when it does?
Oh.
So I got all these little reminders. I got screensavers reminding me. I got stickers. I got socks. I got hats. I got t-shirts. My wife's wearing them. Those things aren't for us to sell, man. I wrote this book for me, okay? First, I write it for me. If I benefit from the book, I know other people are going to benefit. Because again, this goes back to my journey. Who am I trying to please? If you believe in immortality, I actually believe in immortality. I believe I come back. Okay. I want to come back to this book, man. So I'm leaving little reminders all over the planet. Okay.
Yeah.
I want friends all over the world. So, something bad happens to me tonight. I got to come back. Maybe I run into Carolina. I'm like, have you ever met somebody you're like, it seems like I know you. Who knows, man? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, you have a place to come in Chile if you ever want to visit. So.
See, there you go. I want a bunch of safe places to go to. Because at the end of the day, look, everybody needs more friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, like if money becomes worthless, what are you going to want? You're going to want friends. And I want friends all over the world. I want my mobility. Mobility is another way to basically control the physical universe. Why would I want to stay in Venezuela, man, if they're going to tear it apart? Maybe I just want to go to Chile and hang out with Carolina for a couple months. Now, to do that, I need money.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know if we still have a couple more minutes. You let me know if we still have.
Yeah, we're good. We're all right.
Okay. Somebody else asked me a question. His name is Javier, and he lives in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken. And he wants to get into a niche that's very competitive already. So he's a bit afraid of that. So he's wondering, should I get into this competitive niche or should I do something completely different?
Dude, look, if you got a good idea, if it's a good idea, somebody's going to compete with you.
Yeah.
I mean, now, would I start a coffee shop across from Starbucks in Bogota? If they hate Starbucks in Bogota, but I don't want to compete with Howard Schultz. I don't want to compete with Starbucks.
No.
I think a better question you need to ask yourself, man, is the vehicle right? Okay, in a vehicle, any vehicle. Okay, a Ferrari. Everybody wants to be in a Ferrari. If that Ferrari doesn't have any fuel in it, that's not the right car. Okay, if it's a brand new Ferrari and it's got the fuel in it, it's got the right fuel in it, it's full of fuel. okay, and you don't know how to drive it, it's the wrong vehicle. But you do need something that goes fast with fuel in it, okay? And you also need something that can take a long trip, because it's going to be a long trip, dude. So you got to find the right vehicle. You got to find something, and you got to find the right driver. Like he might not be meant to go do his own business. There's more millionaires made that work for other people than millionaires made that work for themselves. This is a misnomer. People think they got to work for themselves to get rich. That's completely a myth.
Wow.
You know? So I got a buddy of mine, 53 years old. He had $51 left to his name. He jumped into my deal. He's worth $12 million today. No money. Okay. He did not work for himself. He worked for me. We put a deal together and he got rich.
Wow.
My brother, my twin brother, my identical twin brother got rich working for another company. If you can't make other people rich, you're not going to get rich. If you don't want to work for somebody else, you're not going to make it working for yourself. Okay. People that have trouble working for somebody else will have trouble working for themselves, man. Quit thinking about yourself all the time. You're selfish. So that's what I would tell you, dude. Maybe the deal is to find a guy. See, I'm a good vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I got the energy. I got the courage. I got money. I got ideas. I'm not going away. I'm not satisfied. I'm a perfect vehicle for the right person. Now, the problem with a guy like me is, dude, we're going to drive fast and it's going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to reach back in the back seat and I'm going to grab you by the throat sometimes. And I'm going to say, hey, get out of my damn car, man. Your attitude's bad. So it's going to be a rough ride. Because when you get close to power, man, the closer you are to power, the more dangerous it is.
Oh.
But not getting close to it is dangerous too.
Yeah, staying where you are. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. So stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.
Get dangerous and be dangerous.
All right. I want to get in that car then. Yeah.
I mean, you remember when that space shuttle blew up? What was it? A space shuttle? All those people blew up? Yeah, the Challenger blew up.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know? Dude, those people died the way they wanted to. What's a better way for an astronaut to die? Come on, man. In the rocket ship. You're an astronaut, man. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's so terrible. It's so terrible. I guarantee you, their wives and their husbands or their family said, hey, she died in a rocket. She's an astronaut. So I don't know. Maybe I took it too far right there.
Oh, but
I don't think a policeman wants to die like as a policeman.
But think about, you remember this Australian guy, Steve Irwin, the guy with the animals. He died doing what he loved.
Yeah, but that stingray hit him, right?
Stingray. In the heart. But yeah.
I want to die as a hero, man. I want to be a hero. I want to die as a hero. I ain't going to die. Nobody's going to shoot me in the back. I'm not running. Shoot me in the face. Do not shoot me in the back. Shoot me in the face because I'm running at you. Don't shoot me in the back because I'm running away.
That's a good one. All right, awesome. So some people are asking me if you can say again where they can get the book. Let me see if I have any more questions. Is it grantcardone.com//obsessed?
Okay, first of all, let me just tell everybody, you can buy the book anywhere you want to. Amazon, Target, Barnes & Nobles, okay? But if you want the video program, the only way for me to deliver that video program under my agreement is if you go to grantcardone.com/obsessed.
All right.
So that everybody understands, okay? You can buy the book at Amazon for $18 right now. At my site, it's going to be $29. Shipping and handling, because I basically have to go back to Amazon, get the book. I have to order I'm going to take your money, and then I'm going to personally order a book from Amazon because I don't have any books.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to get you the video today. It's a 10-hour video series. I'm not charging you for that. It's a $500 program. It's on my website right now at $495. I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give you the mastermind group, 13 days of mastermind with me, going over the book after you get the book. Number 3, I'm going to give you, when you write a review on the book, which won't be for 3 or 4 weeks because you're not going to get the book. You can't write a review on a book you hadn't read. That would just be a dumb review. No matter what the review says, good, bad, kind of good, whatever. I don't care what the review says. Just write a review. Send me a receipt wherever you bought the book, and I'm going to give you a credit in my store for that amount. And the website's grantcardone.com/obsessed.
That's the greatest deal I've ever heard on a book. So if you guys are watching this right now, get your asses over to grantcardone.com/obsessed. Grab the book, it's free shipping, and you get everything Grant just described, which I think is crazy. But yeah, it's like
anybody that's listened to any of my books on audio, they'll tell you, look, the 10X rule today, right now, that book was released 4 years ago. The 10X rule today is number 3 on Amazon under business books, business audio books. Okay. So I'll just tell you, when I get an audio deal, every book I write, the audio deal today for me is almost better than the book deal, because the people that produce audio today know we sell a lot of audio. And the reason we do, okay, is because a guy will sit there and read his book. You've probably picked up this book and wondered what exactly is. Dude, that's not how I read a book. Okay, Caroline, I think you have my audio program. Dude, I rip off on the book. It becomes double or triple what the book was. I really put my heart into it. I go off into a lot of examples, tell you about scenarios and situations where, like, Be Obsessed got me in a lot of trouble, and why it wasn't the actual obsession that got me in trouble, but the denial of what my purpose says, not my purpose was. And by the way, in this book, I talk about obsessions, not obsession. The editor wrote me back and said, you pluraled obsession over and over again. Why'd you do that? Because I have many obsessions, not one. I have many purposes, not one.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I am so happy that we did this.
Carolina, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're awesome, buddy, all right?
Thank you. You're awesome yourself, and I cannot wait to meet you again.
Okay, buddy. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Go get the book now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Carolina.
Thank you, Grant.
Okay, buddy. Bye.